I'm good. I'm gonna start right now. I just
Video.
started
Okay.
right
All right,
now.
so hey, good morning again. Okay, so this one, Ug is negative. Why is gravitational potential energy negative in this equation? And so there's two things about it. How do I solve it, and why is it? And they're two separate things. You don't really even need to know why is it in order to solve it. So I'm almost like I'd rather show you just how to solve it instead of telling you why. But it's a video, so might as well tell you why. Okay, so this one is going to get an answer at one of these, right? It's related to the Ug equation. And I'm going to show you how you get that, okay? Next, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the y first, though. Why is it negative? And so let's just go into the world of Celsius. So if you go into the world of Celsius, right, we have this thermometer, and we have this idea of absolute zero, right? And maybe you know about that from your chemistry class or something like that. But if you look at Celsius, this number here is negative 273, and 0 is in the middle. And so it's kind of weird, because like if I get negative 273, I actually have less energy. It's a bigger number. 273 is bigger than like negative 10, right? But negative 10 is actually more energy than negative 273. So as you go up, you get more energy. But since the 0 is in a weird spot, you kind of feel weird. Like negative 273, does it have a lot of energy? No, it actually has less energy. And so really with this idea of how to drop something and how to get energy from it, so if I drop something using the regular equation, U little g equals mgh, right? That g only works on the surface of the Earth because this is the g, it's 9.8. If I take this and I go farther away from the surface of the Earth, so I'm like 2 or 3 radiuses, or radii, 5 or 10 are away from the Earth, g doesn't matter anymore. G doesn't count, right? So I can't use that equation anymore. So the equation mgh is U little g. It only really works close to the Earth. Really only works close to the Earth, right? And so if I go out to space and put objects out into space like planets and stars and that kind of stuff, then what do you mean? Are you seriously? Is the planet falling on the sun? Is like the Earth? Is somebody throwing it? No, it doesn't work at all, right? So you have to have another equation for that. The thing about it is, here's the comparison. So for Celsius, 0 is here, and like I said, as you go farther down, this is less energy, but the number's bigger, right? This can be compared to the energy of gravity, because if you're at infinite distance, your energy never goes to actually 0, but it's 0, right? Because if the bottom is infinite, when you get an infinite distance, then you get 0 energy. So instead of putting energy 0 when you're close to it, like on the Earth when you fall, that's 0. And as you go farther away, it gets positive, right? Farther away means greater energy, right? So farther away here is 0 because of that reason. The zero is at infinity for this equation. And so when I go down here, I actually get closer. So this is 2 objects and they're far apart, and this is 2 objects and they're closer. And so as the objects get closer and closer and closer, you get less energy, but it's negative. So we get this larger number. That's a larger negative number, just like it's a larger negative number here. And so that's all. You have to take a look at that and kind of ponder that a little bit. It's a video, so you can go back and look at it and see what I'm talking about. But that's the idea, because the gravitational potential energy of this equation, using this radius and these masses, and be careful, there's no square there, right? This is not the force, this is energy, it's different, is related to 1 over the distance. And so as the distance as you get closer and closer and closer, this kind of like negativity aspect happens. And that's the explanation of why it happens. It's probably not, it's probably something you have to think about a little bit. That's the why, and I don't need to belabor that. What I am going to do is I'm going to take a question, and which is not the question on the warm-up. The question on the warm-up is slightly different, but it's very similar. And I'm going to answer it. So let's say I take, and it has to do with that, with the why it's larger and why it's less. So let's say I take these A, B, and C, and they're the same mass. And I put them out in space, and I say, how much energy is between them? And then I do it again. We'll take A, B, and C, and I'll put them 5 times as far away and see how much energy is between them. Now, if you do the math, I'm going to sum up the energy between these two, the energy between these two, and the energy between these two, and I'm going to add them. Just like with kinetic energy, if I have 2 objects, I would take the kinetic energy of this one and the kinetic energy of this one, and I would say this plus this equals my total energy. It's the sum of the energies. I'm doing the same thing. The energy between them. The energy has to be between two objects. It's an energy of gravity, so it's between two objects. How much energy do you have between an M and nothing? No energy, because it's zero, because it has to be between two objects. And so if they're closer and you do the math, what I've done here is I've made R 1. So basically this is kind of like the rule of ones, everything is 1. But I actually have 3 different situations, right? And so 1 over R plus 1 over R plus 1 over R is 3 over R, right? So I get 3 over 1 is my answer here. Negative 3 over 1 now. So this is actually less energy because it's closer. Now if I do this, I have the same masses, but now I'm 5 times the R. So I get 3 over 5 R, and it's negative. And this is actually a smaller number. And so a smaller number, you might think, oh, a smaller number means less. And that's where it gets confusing. Because it's a smaller number, but it's negative, and so it's more energy. Which that scale is no doubt confusing. And it's just because of where the 0 is. The 0, instead of being at the ground state, the 0 is at infinite, which is definitely weird. Okay, so that brings me to the end, and the end is how do you use that in an equation? So how do we get this? And so really, I'm not going to allow you guys to do this because I'm going to save the whole thing. Pause the video. So if you're watching the video, you should pause it and you should try to do it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep talking. Okay? So you guys are okay with this? We can answer this question. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mass and this mass and this mass, and I'm going to add them up. It's going to be very similar to this, but it's not the same. And why is it not the same? Because in this one, I said the masses are equal. And the only difference between this shape and the one we're doing for the warm-up is one of the masses is not equal, and so the mass being not equal just changes your fractions. And so this mass is M, and this mass is M, and this mass is 2M, right? So what's the energy between them? Take it, find it out. What's the energy between them? Find that out. What's the energy between them? Find it out. Take the sum, bada boom, bada bang, and you got one of these. Now, intellectually, you may be able to find out which number that is, but the number you guessed might be wrong because because adding fractions is hard. But that's all it really is we're adding fractions, and we'll get one of these answers, right? And so let's look at the answer, and then I'll be done. Okay, so this intellectually, this is the gravity between A and B, the gravity between A and C, the gravity between B and C, mass, 2 times the mass, right? Here's my equation. The total is going to be the sum of all the energies, and I get this one plus that one plus that one. This one is that because the 2M is there. This one is that because there's no 2M's, it's just M plus M, or M times M. And then this one is that because the M is there. And so if you do this, 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. And there's your answer. So that's how you do it. So anyways, that is the explanation of why is Ug negative. So these aren't correct. I'm gonna update this, but I do have more handouts today. So I'll give you some handouts and continue to work on those video questions and practice. Any questions? Yeah, question.
Why is M squared?
Because the M in this case is the same M, and so it's M times M.
Wouldn't it be like cubed or something?
No, because you're adding M. So M times M is M squared, and then like M squared plus M squared is 2M squared, and M squared plus another M squared is 3M squared, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's why it has to do with the idea of fractions, and I did kind of gloss over that, but that's a great catch. M squared would not be M squared unless I could say that those M's are the same. Now, those M's aren't the same, are they? I don't care because the 2 was out on the outside of it, right? Okay. So I don't need it. Yeah, the M is the same. The 2 makes that one bigger. Great question. Probably someone 7th period had that same question. Awesome. Anyway, so I will change this. I got some handouts. Let's get to work. Ask me more questions. Bye.